So I guess you're all wondering what the hell the part 2 was for. Well, it's for this shit. It's for this little tangent that I decided to save as its own video, because my god, the more I think about how they handled Black Widow in this movie, the more angry I get at the fucking feminists. Or, yeah, I call these feminists fake feminists, because clearly they don't understand how to develop a strong female protagonist. No, Black Widow is not a damsel in distress. For God's sake, I know I said that in my previous rant about this subject, but you should watch Goldfinger to really educate yourself on how to develop a spy character. Because Whedon did his homework, my friends. He clearly watched some of the Sean Connery James Bond movies to kind of get how Black Widow works, you know? Yes, Black Widow was taken captive, but so was James Bond in Goldfinger. And unlike James Bond, Black Widow is shown to be smarter than him. Why? She makes a makeshift Morse code device, which is a brilliant use of showing us how intelligent she is. We're shown how smart of a hacker she is. And for God's sakes, this fucking complaint of this movie is total bullshit. She's a monster because she can't have kids. That's so misogynist. Yeah, way to take the meat out of that word right there. No, it's not. It's not because she can't have children. This character right here is a badass character. She says to Banner, we're both monsters, to comfort Bruce in his time of need. Not to mention, she says this because in a way she was a monster. She was a fucking assassin with no emotion, no empathy, no compassion for any of her targets. And she's trying to make up for her sin. And there's a brilliant line of Age of Ultron where she says, I guess I was living the dream. I thought I was an Avenger. I thought I was a hero. Instead, I've always been this assassin. Which is a brilliant line, and a brilliant thing to say to Bruce to comfort him in his time of need. And not to mention, a thing that does work about this romance is some of the dialogue, where Natasha Romanoff is trying to comfort Bruce to say, we can be together. You can't hurt me. There's nothing to hurt. That is one of the things I will give Whedon credit for, where it does work in this case. That is an example of the romance having potential to work even further than it was already implemented in the final cut of the film. So, I've ranted about this subject twice. I've said the same points twice. Now, I know a lot of these feminists aren't going to listen to me, because they want to call Joss Whedon a misogynist, which he very much is not a misogynist. Black Widow is a very important chess piece into getting female superheroes the work they need. Without Black Widow, do you think Zack Snyder would have even considered putting Wonder Woman into freaking Batman vs. Superman? Do you think Marvel would have done a Captain Marvel movie? Now, while I would have preferred a Black Widow movie over a Captain Marvel movie, it's a thing called baby steps. You want superhero movies to be really misogynist and really exploitive? Watch Elektra, watch Catwoman, and you can bitch about that. Also, where were you when 50 Shades of Grey came out? Where were you when Twilight came out? An obvious misogynist series with a weak bitch of a protagonist who couldn't defend herself, given if a gun was pointed to her fucking head. Yeah, I hate Bella Swan. I hate everything about her. Also, I'm going to go back a few decades ago to drive this point across. Where the fuck were you when Ripley was almost gang raped in Alien 3? Now, you want to bitch about a damsel in distress situation? Oh, watch Alien 3, and you'll see that shit. Black Widow, when she's kidnapped by Ultron and she backs into the freaking prison cell, does it because Ultron is made out of the strongest metal in this cinematic universe called fucking vibranium. She's not going to take on a vibranium fucking robot. Why? Because Black Widow is a very intelligent character. She knows when she can win, she knows when she can lose. Great examples in the comic books show her taking out characters like Spider-Man because she knows that in these situations she can win these fights. But with someone like Ultron, she knows where her victories can lie and where her failures can lie easily. So, rather than taking that in as a scene of showing us her intelligence, showing us her ability to think things through, her quickness, you instead misinterpret that scene as a misogynist thing. You, people who complain about Black Widow in this film, are a disgrace to feminism. And real feminist character, in my opinion. Because you bitch about the stupidest shit instead of bitching about real misogynist attitudes to women in film and in the media. You bitch about small little bullshit like this. How about you bitch about the fact that this character has barely any merchandise for her? How about you bitch about the fact that Leia is going to be marketed as a Disney princess in the near future, I bet? How about you bitch about that? How about you bitch about characters like Ripley, Sarah Connor, and freaking Katniss Everdeen having very little action figures? You don't bitch about that. But you bitch about a handful of scenes in the fucking movie. Live long and prosper and have a nice day.